Hey everybody, I'm coming to you again today with another video. Here I am in Belgrade, Serbia. Look at this license plate. You can tell it's different from the rest of the license plates here in Belgrade or here in Serbia because this license plate has a blue background. The other ones do not have a blue background. You can easily look at this automobile and tell that it's different. The reason why I bring this up is because this is the exact same SUV that followed me today. When it followed me today, I got out my camera and got ready to make a video, but I did not get the video, and the reason why I didn't is because I thought I was so excited until I thought I was filming, and I actually wasn't. But the same guy that's driving now was the same guy that was driving at about 10 o'clock this morning when I came from the grocery store. I went to the grocery store at the shopping center / mall. And when I came back down the normal path, which is through this way, through this main street where you see that police car camped out, when I came, it was the same guy. And they were looking at me and they were positioned there for me. Also, they know that I'm getting ready to get on the bus because my phone is tapped, like everybody else's phone is tapped who's a targeted individual. And because of that, they knew what buses I would be taking. They knew the option of buses that I would be taking. And because of that, they knew where the bus stop is. And this is the kind of like the bus depot station. I've never taken the bus from here, but yet I come to see the same automobile with the same guy driving today. And then he saw me before I saw him. But the thing is that when I looked at him, he was already looking at me. Kind of like earlier today when I came down the hill from the grocery store towards the hostel. It was the same guy in the automobile with other individuals. What they want me to do is they want me to do what my mom does, which is go actually up to the automobile and start filming their faces. I really want to do that, but I'm not going to do that because that's why they're still there. That's why they haven't driven off. And that's why they're letting me get their license plate, because they want me to film so that they can stop me and so that they can pull me over, get my passport information, which they already have. But just do the whole shebang, the whole search, and to try to make it an unpleasurable experience. So in the future, not only will I not get their faces, but I'll be discouraged from filming in general. That's what they want to do. They want to make it so severe until that's the situation. One person has opened the door, but do you seriously think that I'm going to look at him? No, I'm going to pretend like I'm talking on the phone to a family member. And they think that it's okay to show their face and everything, and that there's no fear. This is why they show their face to you. They show their face to you because they think that, if we show our face to him, he won't think that there's much value in this video that's being made. And if we show our face to him, he's gonna think that perhaps he made a mistake and thought he caught something, when really we can pretend like we don't know what he's talking about, and we can pretend like we're not associated with the tracking that we are doing to him, and things like that. I don't know if I'm explaining it good enough, but what I'm really trying to say is that when they openly show their faces, it's like they have nothing to hide, because they want to paint the impression that they're innocent and that they don't know about me. And if I bring it up, they're going to make me seem as if I'm crazy, or if I'm paranoid or delusional or a troublemaker, to come to them and say something is happening which they are going to deny isn't happening. So that's the reason why they let me see their faces, so that I can second guess the value of this video, and so that I can think to myself, they're showing me who they are, so perhaps they're not involved, because the people who really are involved, they try to hide from me. So they want to paint that impression in my mind so that I can do things a little bit differently. But trust me, if I come around the front of the automobile and film them, they're probably going to have problems. I would go around the front and still pretend like I'm not making a video, but it's not worth it. This is clearly a police or FBI or whatever, CIA or governmental vehicle, and why it's in this neighborhood, I don't know. I was going to go around to the left side, to the driver's side, and show you the blue strobe light that's on top of the vehicle, but then again, I don't have to do that because you can see that it's a government official who's in that automobile, because you just saw a uniformed guy just get in. so I don't have to show you that. I can lift the camera up a little bit. You still can't see it, but it's on the top left side. I don't think you still can't see it because I can't see it. But yeah, they're there and they're camped out and they're chilling because they're waiting for me to get on the bus. And you know, this is the shit that the world is going through. So many good people are being turned bad because of this crazy stuff that's going on. You know, there's people plotting terrorist attacks all over the world, and they should be concerned with them, but they're not. Who are they concerned with? They're concerned with the 30-year-old Christian guy who's never been to jail and who's never committed a crime that would result in something like this happening. So this is what the Bible means when the Bible says that the world is run by the wicked individuals and the principalities of darkness that are in high places. That's why when you go to every country, it's quite similar. People are tracking you in many different countries. You know, it's pathetic that that's the world we live in, but what's even more pathetic is the fact that it seems like only the targeted individuals know that this thing exists. And quite honestly, the targeted individuals didn't know this existed until they became a target and saw this stuff for themselves. And another sad thing, well, I'm not going to go into it, but the thing is, I wish that more people knew. But I don't think that they're going to make anyone else know who isn't targeted. Their goal is to do away with the innocent people in this world and to make it a world of people who are corrupt and people who will easily sell out for success or to remain employed or to have a comfortable life. There are some sellouts who are sellouts because that's the only way they can put food on the table. And the other people who are sellouts because that's just in their nature. They come from a bad seed. But whatever the reason is, the intent of these people who run the world is to make everything easy for them. Meaning, make it where everyone is a sellout because they can easily be controlled. And you can control them easily with money and with employment and things like that. You can easily threaten them and say, we're going to take this employment away from you. We're going to take these funds away from you. We're going to take this house away from you. And these people will do anything that they want them to do. But there are some individuals who stand firm for what's right, and they believe what's right, and they won't do anything that's wrong. And those are the individuals that they're trying to get rid of. Because those are the individuals who will give people in the world a fragment of hope, which is all that they really need in order to do the right thing over the wrong thing. There are some people who are one decision away from changing over and being a sellout. They don't want to, but they're one step away from doing it. And there are people like me in the world who will cross paths with some of these individuals and who will help these individuals make the right decision even when it looks extremely difficult and unpromising at the end of the day. There are people out there, aka the targeted individuals, who are those who make doing the right thing look glamorous, who make it look nice, who it makes you look better and more attractive in more ways than one when you do the right thing. And they don't want us around because they're aware of the power that we have through the good deeds that we do and the good heart that we have. And like I said in the other video, that's why they study us before they target us. Because they want to see if it's worth it and if they can get away with doing it to good people. But they also want to make sure that their actions are the actions that they're going to be carrying out. They want to make sure that those actions are a quality investment. They're not going to mess with people who are easily sellouts. They're going to mess with people who actually are game changers for the better in this world. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the proof is in the pudding. I never chose to be targeted. I'm targeted because my mother was targeted. And that's how I got into this situation. But I'm not going to keep talking on and on and on. The video is almost 10 minutes now. I'm just going to tell you that these are the weak people. These uniformed people that are in the military, the people that work for the government, the CIA, the FBI, the police department, the fire department, they're pussies. And I said it, they're pussies. They're sons of bitches. They're pussies. They're worthless. Because they are the ones who were brought into this world to be sellouts. They're the seed of the evil individuals. I have no respect for them, but I do respect them. Why? Because that's one of the rules of living in this society. You know? But behind closed doors, I say all kinds of shit about them because they are phonies. They want to get the credit for being people who are commendable, but they're really the complete opposite. But they're hiding behind professions that are stereotypically professions that are praiseworthy in the eyes of the public, regardless of what country you're in, regardless of your religion, and regardless of what language you speak. Police officers will always be given respect because they've been given that classification of being good people who are there to maintain life and to deter criminalistic activity. But in actuality, they're the opposite. They're the people who want to get rid of the people who contribute positive things to this world. And they want to keep around the people who are evil snakes in more ways than one. But yeah, feast on that bit of information. You know, I sit around the house wondering, how am I going to make these videos? How am I going to make these videos? But you know, I seem to make my best videos when I'm actually in the moment and when I'm actually being tracked by these people. Does it make me mad? Not really, but because I'm kind of used to it. But at the same time, nobody wants to be a part of modern day slavery. This is slavery. How is it slavery? This is slavery because you can't get a job when you're a targeted individual because they lie on you and say that you've done things that you haven't done. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I have to say that this is the most dangerous form of slavery because unlike other forms of slavery, everybody that's an outsider who isn't enslaved, they know that there are other people who are enslaved. And their goal, well, back in the day, their goal was to set those people free. But for people like me who actually can leave the house at all hours of the night and come in and go here and there and fly places and leave the country and do this and that, that's the more dangerous form of slavery because no one knows about it because there are no shackles around our hands as targeted individuals. We're not locked up in a basement somewhere. We're not in a jail. We're not in a slave ship. We're able to go about and interact with other people, and we're very much normal individuals. And most of us are very smart. And most of us don't wear our feelings on our shoulders. And that's why it's so difficult for this thing to be stopped with targeted individuals. Because no one really acknowledges the fact that we are enslaved. Why do they not acknowledge it? Because we dress like the free people dress. And I'm not saying that let me go back to what I said earlier. I'm not saying that all free people are sellouts. And that let me just keep it there. I'm not saying that all free people are sellouts. There are some people that are not being targeted right now who are absolutely amazing people. But let me just put it this way. There are some people who the government just can't stand because they're just too good. And they're the ones who are actually doing something positive in their lives. They're not undercover good people. They're extroverted good people. They're people who they don't broadcast their goodness, but they're not afraid to, they don't let other people's feelings get in the way when it comes to them being able to do a good deed. Let me just say that. I'm not going to keep talking, trust me, there are going to be more videos to come. But, yeah. And what is interesting, just like in the US when an individual is targeted, this is the normal procedure. The lights on, them parked. You know, if you're a military official or whatever, don't you have business to be doing? It's Saturday night, but yet you look busy. For what? For what? You're dressed in your uniform, but yet you're parked here. At a crosswalk? Why? Because this is where the buses come. I put it in Google Maps where I needed to go because I didn't know how to get there. And they knew that I would be coming here. So I made a long video, and I hope that if you're not a believer in this situation, I hope that what I've told you has helped you to some extent become closer to being a believer if you still aren't. And if now they're leaving because my phone is tapped and they can hear everything I'm saying. And by the way, if you're targeted, try to get a phone that has a removable battery so that you can take the battery out. I don't want to go into any more detail in this video, but what I will say is that yes, they tap the phones. They can see you through your rear-facing camera. They can hear you even when you're not using your phone or on a phone call. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.